That's what I'm talking about, talking about, talking about.
Remind you that you are watching the Talking About 20th Anniversary Special, and I think there's somebody very special sneaking in right now. But I do want you to call in at 718-460-9802. You're watching Talking About It, and I'm being joined by Ms. Cara Kilduff.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi.
I almost referred to you as the late Cara Kilduff.
Oh, those pesky day jobs, you know, those things that pay the bills.
Oh, yeah. When can we get rid of those?
This is the magic of live television. Can you hear me?
Abracadabra.
I never get this thing right. Whatever. How are you? I like your shirt.
Thank you very much. I got halfway here, and I noticed the tags dangling from under my arm.
Jonathan stole the shirt
Yes.
for tonight. He shoplifted.
Yeah, from the store that rhymes with JC's.
Did you go somewhere and get tan?
I walk to and from the train every day, so maybe that was it. I don't know.
Oh, I think you've been away or something.
But I go to my jammy a lot. What are you up to?
Presently or in general?
In general.
Oh, presently I would love a cup of coffee.
Okay.
You know, maybe a nosh. But I don't know. I thought
We have plenty of food here tonight.
Oh,
so.
good. No, just enjoying the summer. I just got back from Texas. That was amazing. It was beautiful. I don't want to see another plate of meat for a while. I'm on a.
They do like their meat out there.
Oh my God, I'm all about vegetables right now.
Okay. Well, if people haven't eaten them all, there's plenty back there also. And we do have a phone call right now. Surprise, surprise.
Who's calling?
I don't know. Call her whenever you're ready. Say hello.
Hi. Hi, this is Heather, a.k.a. Bambi.
Hey, Heather, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing all right. I hear you. I mean, I like to cook and I like to bake, and I hear you've got something in the oven now too.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, another, number 7 on the way.
What?
Yes, number 7. Yeah, so we're pretty busy around these parts. I'm going to keep it quick because I got a lot of babies running around making noise. But I wanted to congratulate you on 20 years, and I also wanted to thank you for contributing so much to so many people and encouraging people, and just you just do so much for so many, and we really appreciate you.
Thank you, Heather. Heather used to do crew on the show for a while. What's something that you remember about crewing for the show and just being part of the QPTV team in general?
Well, you know, I've been exposed to so many different personalities, being part of your show in particular, and I just see so many people active in the community and just willing to do stuff for others, and I think you guys do a lot, and of course I love my QPTV family. You guys, from day one, from the moment I walked into the studio, everybody welcomed me with open arms and just, you know, made me want to be a part of that family, and I appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and have a great show.
Thank you, and good luck with number 7.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye. She is one child away from a reality show.
I was thinking that, and I didn't want to say it. I think we were all thinking it, and no one wanted to say anything. Whoa, that's crazy.
Well, this is our 20th anniversary show. You've been part of it for more than 5 years now.
How do you feel?
How does that make you feel?
We have a couch. Do you have a pad? We can write things down. Who did I miss?
You missed St. Gregory's Theater Group and some tunes from Mary Poppins.
I love Mary Poppins.
And a special message from Mr. Justin Utley via videotape. He's going to be joining us toward the end of the year, hopefully.
Okay, good.
He's off making a movie.
Is he?
Yeah.
I love him. I had a great conversation on the way here. You asked me what I was up to. This guy sitting next to me on the 7 train, he commented on my tattoos, and we started talking, and then come to find out, if I was straight, I would totally go after this guy. He had really nice long hair, but we're totally into the same conspiracy theories.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his name was Ishmael. Hey, what's up? I hope I run into that dude again. He was so interesting.
Okay.
Really, like, bam. Anyway.
Well, I've put you through your paces on the show, here and there.
Oh, with the cheerleading?
Well, I had you at the top of a pyramid, and that's always fun. But
one of our conspiracy theories was about pyramids. Anyway, continue.
But yeah, I have a lot of fun with you, and I really appreciate you being part of the show and just doing it. It's just things have changed a lot over the course of the last 20 years. I mean, I don't know if she's going to call in later. She said she would. My first co-conspirator was Christine Callinger, and everyone who I've worked with brings a little something special to the show. Your gift of gab and your comedic gifts have brightened up the stage quite a bit.
Thanks.
Christine was an academic, so we had a lot of people with book smarts.
Book smarts.
Book smarts.
You mean lots of books with more words than pictures?
Something like that, yeah. But it was a lot of fun, and one of the first things that I threw at her was safer sex. Not the acts, but the topic. Hello, Christine. Let's have some safer sex.
What?
And that was like the second or third shows that we did, and we had some good folks from the 8 Center at Queens County come on, and just chatted up, and so much has changed through the years, even with regard to that topic and the topics that we cover. While you were in Texas, we were talking about the latest in safer sex.
Prep?
Yeah, we did a prep show. You've done one. It's a topic that we revisit from time to time, and it's just amazing to see how just the information changes and evolves, and things that are valid at one point that are proven invalid or substantiated. We were talking about prep before people knew what prep was, and before it was mainstream, so to speak, even though it's not completely mainstream right now.
It will be.
It will be, and it's getting there.
But you know what? It seems like over the past 20 years, especially with this topic, oh boy, with this topic, that the stigmas attached to these specific things are falling away. The more information that's out there, and the more education, and even just, it's not a big deal to walk down the street and be openly gay in, certain parts of here and beyond.
Or even some parts of small town America are pretty open and accepting and doing all right.
I had a conversation with a woman in my neighborhood. We were on the train. We just started chatting on a Sunday because I was throwing out the circulars, and she made a comment. And come to find out, she's my neighbor, has been living across the street for the past, I've been up there for a while. Anyway, and she was just like totally, a bunch of topics we were talking about, but about, I wouldn't have expected her to be as open-minded as she was, the way she was talking. And I was just like, wow. So don't underestimate people, that's all.
Yeah.
She was pretty badass.
That's cool. There's a whole lot going on behind the cameras, and I'm a little distracted by that. Some guy with a ponytail just ran in here and ran out. I don't know what's going on with that.
That man with the funny hat, I hope that's real, that's on his lap. I'm very peckish. It's fake, isn't it? Shit.
Well, you know what? There's a cake floating around somewhere, and hopefully maybe someone will bring it in with maybe a candle or two at some point during the show.
A real cake?
Yeah.
Is it gluten-free?
If I say so, it must be true. If they say it on TV, then it's true.
No, I kid. Did you do any current events stuff yet?
No, it's just that's what we're saving this for you.
Cecil the Lion.
Oh boy.
I had a conversation today. Today's been a magical day as far as conversations with other human beings and relating with other human beings. So I was waiting for a service elevator, and this delivery guy was also waiting for the service elevator, and we were talking back and forth, and he's like, "What do you think about Cecil the Lion?" And then I was like, "Ugh." And then he said, "Well, I have a very radical idea." And I was like, "Well, share." And he's like, "Well, I'm a vegan." And I was like, even more interested because he was delivering meat. Really cool guy. I wish I had gotten his name. But he's like, "Well, I think it should be, killing a lion or something like that. It should be like when you go to Malaysia or another country with drugs. It's a death penalty." And I was just like, okay, that sounds valid. He was pretty passionate about it. Then another delivery guy got on the same elevator. He chimed in. And so somebody said, "What do you think?" And he just, the reaction has been the same across the board. And this delivery guy was like, "Oh, he's the worst. He should have the worst things happen to him." And I was just like, wow. And then I went and chatted with my client, and I told her about these two gentlemen and blah, blah, blah. But then you have the people that are on Facebook saying things like, "Well, what about all the kittens and puppies and da-da-da-da?" It's like, okay, one thing at a time. This is like a big thing. It's going to cause a lot of attention, obviously. One thing at a time, guys. It's never good enough.
Right.
The outrage.
But then there are also people who do have a valid point, but it's sort of indirect. Yeah, it's that people are outraged over a lion, but they're not outraged over human beings being killed.
I can't even.
can't even.
No, I was reading the newspaper on the train this morning, Daily News, love it. Good horoscope, 2 crossword puzzles, awesome.
$1.
$1.25.
Ooh, never mind.
I know. $1.50 on Saturday when it's like there's nothing. Gah. But then anyway, the Sunday paper is $1.25. Anyway, I digress. All this stuff about these killings. This gentleman that was murdered by a cop in was it Cincinnati?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just one after another. It's like every day. Like I don't even know where to place the anger and the outrage because it's just. So I'm reading the newspaper and I just kept shaking my head every little thing. Then I saw on HuffPost they have a thing about when cops are like basically the little byline was like when they're lying, and it was really difficult to watch because it was like the length of a vine, you know, it was a couple seconds long of these things that happened, and it just keeps piling up and piling up and piling up, and it's just so sickening. I don't know. I mean, not to be a Debbie Downer or anything, but it is what's going on.
Right.
And what do we do with the anger and the frustration and all of that?
You
Rhetorical
need to
question.
well, channel it into something positive. I mean, I think former guest of ours, Scott Woolidge, is actually starting an online petition to actually do something about it, and so people are taking action, and yeah, it's really people need to be accountable to what they do, and yeah, I'm not per se anti-hunting, but you have not trophy hunting.
Ugh, there's nothing honorable about what that guy did.
Exactly. Yeah. If it's not if you're not going to use the entire thing, then what's the point? So, and separately, I just in the vein of what's the point? Mel, you awake? Why don't you come up and sit down for a minute? Actually, one of the few people who's been doing shows like this longer than I have is Mr. Special Guest Mel Berkowitz. Here, have a handheld. Glad to have you come and celebrate with us. Good. You dropped in, and you're somebody who always has your eye on current events as well.
Right.
So the whole Cecil the Lion hubbub. What are your feelings toward that?
Well, what's bad about this is the lion was part of a research study. He was had a collar, and they were watching him closely. And these poachers bamboozled the dentist because he was a big game hunter. And for money, they didn't care about scientific research. And he's suffering the backlash. He can't practice dentistry anymore, which is a pity. But I don't like the guy who was a big game hunter. I hate to tell you what I used to do for a living. I don't know if I should say it on TV, but I was doing research.
Okay.
And we used rats and even rabbits.
So, is it medical though?
Yeah, of course it's medical.
Right. It's not It's not like you were testing a new brand of lipstick on the back of.
Oh no,
yeah,
no,
exactly.
I had nothing to do with that.
There's a huge difference, in my opinion. There's a huge difference.
Yes, the testing the lipstick is not very useful for survival.
Bugs Bunny doesn't need to pucker up like that.
Right.
He's getting it anyway.
We were doing research on kidney disease and muscular dystrophy, so it was legitimate. And in this case with the lion, they wanted to preserve the lion and to prevent them from becoming extinct. And in Africa, they're overrunning the territory that's depriving the animals from their usual habitats. So, I mean, after all, you had Teddy Roosevelt was a big game hunter. And 100 years ago, 115 years ago, people didn't have that same attitude because researchers weren't thinking of preserving species, just putting up the heads. So this is a different world.
Right.
And of course, you're right that they care more about animals than the refugees throughout Africa and the Middle East. But they didn't care much about the Jews in the concentration camp either. So this is nothing new.
Yeah, it's just people. Yeah, people suck. Is what it comes down to. But you don't. You've been on QP. You've been doing your show for longer than I have.
And what's amazing, a lot of people I started with are no longer producing because they focused on one theme. I never did that. I would get very bored focusing on one theme. Science, the Holocaust, entertainment, all for Broadway shows, lawyers, politicians. And I already have potentially, even after 20 years, potential of 20 shows coming up.
Okay. Well, you're an amazing inspiration. I really want to thank you for everything that you've been part of here at QPTV, and even early days you were crewing for the show a lot, and I really want to thank you, and I want to thank you for dropping by.
Yeah, my pleasure, especially the food.
Well, I'm good. Thank you. Well, I'm going to ask you to swap out with Lauren, and
Okay.
we're gonna do some QPTV All Stars here. So Lauren's going to come up here and say hello. Hitting her over the side of a barn because we didn't prep them for this. And Fran, you're next.
Fran, you look very sassy tonight, by the way.
Come on up. Lauren Fiorentino. Well, I'm gonna give you the handheld. Welcome. This is actually, after 20 years, this is your first time crewing for me.
Yes, it is.
Which I don't know how that happened.
25 years.
And this is your first time crewing for me. We're going to have to work on that.
It is.
But you're going to have to speak into the mic a little
Yes.
closer. It's been a while since you've hosted something.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, so we're gonna go like that. Okay, well, we're talking about current events. What in the headlines bugs you right now?
I guess Iraq and ISIS and that area there, because it is extremely complex, and the Kurds are on both sides. So how do you work with them? One is a good guy and the other is a bad guy against Turkey. So yeah, that can be very explosive.
Okay, and well, since we're also talking about QP and the experiences here, what's your favorite experience in doing your own show? Because I'm sure it parallels a lot of what we do.
I have been thrilled to work with my grandchildren because I'm a teacher, at least I was, and I love creativity and I love working with children. So from the time my grandchildren were 7 or 8, we would write and produce shows and do scenery. I mean, I remember a show Back to the Future we did, and we had to do the sets. And we took the cardboard boxes and we built them. And then these 15-year-old kids tried to squeeze into this box. You know, it was all painted silver and it looked gorgeous. And then, of course, we went to this outer space and you know, we get off in a strange alien world. But as a result, my grandson is now interested in film. And we're all involved in the creative process, and it's really thanks to QPTV. I mean, it's really been wonderful. I mean, I've done shows on women in the workplace and disabilities and some jazz music I've done. Like Mel, I've done a lot of different things. But one of the things that I really remember that I liked very much was this doctor who was a hearing specialist.
Okay.
And he had been teaching. He was a professor. And he had been teaching, and he had this big class in front of him, when all of a sudden he lost his hearing. And he went to the specialists, and they gave him a cochlear implant. And I said, "Oh, really? What is it?" And he goes like this and takes it out and looks at it. I said, "Oh, wow! I didn't know. I didn't know that that's how that works."
Yeah, that's hearing and then that's hearing. Do we have a call? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's been. I thank QPTV very much for.
And thank you for all that you do.
Yeah. Well, I do the best I can. It's been fun. It's a ride.
It is.
Thank you so much.
And we're going to get Fran in here, so if you could bump Fran, and we'll bring her in here. Okay. It's quite the cast of characters that we get around here, and a lot of people. I mean, these are familiar faces to regular viewers who watch the channels, and I just want to give a little demonstration of how we all work together for one another. Fran Pellegrino.
No, you look great. No, you look great. You look great.
Told you I'd wear white one of these days on the air. No white top, though. First, congratulations.
Thank you.
And to you too, Cara. How many years, Cara, are you on the show?
It's got to be coming up on 6.
I think 6.
Oh, my gosh.
It's gone by fast.
Gee, we are getting a little bit of the, let's see, senior
Senioritis?
groups here. But no, I myself am here like 17, I think.
Wow.
Wow.
Hard to believe.
It
I'm
does.
not quite the prolific producer that you are, though.
But you do quality,
I
and
do.
you're
I
an
think
award-winning
so.
producer.
I think so, yes. So
So-
it's been a fun ride with this QPTV, and You know, you've had great
Yeah.
shows. I really enjoy working them.
Well,
It's all
you've won
fun,
a
I
home.
tell you.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, it's weird on the rare occasion that you're not here. Because like, where's Fran?
Aw,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Well,
Thank
for
you.
me, it's weird if you're not here.
Well, I enjoy it so much. And we go back a while. Now, I'm trying to remember when I first worked on your show, too.
It's probably, it's a long time.
You know, it's so amazing that, like you say, so you're here 7 or 6, did you say?
6. Yeah.
6 years, and I just go, it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, life is like that, so very scary. But one of the things I wanted to pick up on was what Heather was saying, the experiences here. You know, I have trouble sleeping, for instance, so I called a sleep doctor, and he came on.
Oh.
Just like, you know, didn't know me from Adam. We had this whole great conversation. He said to me, you know, you almost know more than I do. I said, I've been reaching so long, researching
Yeah.
it. So,
But that's the beauty of
it's
doing
so
something like this.
great.
If there's anything that you're curious about,
right.
let's do a show on it, and we'll learn together.
It's amazing. That's why it's such a great opportunity. And I've said that in a couple of interviews that I've had. I said, this is, you can just come on here, do your thing, learn from it. That's for sure. I've learned from other people's shows as well. So, and your first guest tonight, right up my alley, musicals, comedy.
For those just tuning in, we had
Yeah,
Kathy
it
Roloff
was so
from
good.
St. Gregory's Theater Group. Their production is coming up next week. sgtg.org. Mary Poppins, you should go. You should go. We should all go.
You
Let's go
definitely should.
together.
Let's go together. I agree.
Let's put on a show.
When is it?
They
August
open up a week from
7th.
tonight.
So, August 7th.
Yeah, in Belrose, Queens.
Yes.
Where the hell is that?
Queens, oh God. We're lucky you get her here in Flushing. She'll be
I
like,
would
no,
go.
I'm not going."
Is it kids performance?
They were
Yeah,
so
it's
good. They
youth
were so
performance.
cute.
Actually, one
Yeah.
of them was a teacher. So it's Mary.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
You know something?
And they were
When teachers
phenomenally
start
talented,
looking
yeah.
so young that I think they're, you know, little kids. He looks so young.
Mhm.
He's a teacher. Yeah, well,
But
a lot older. That's why. That's why. His grandma.
but again, thank you so much for all that
It's
you do
been a
and for all
pleasure,
that you've done.
Jonathan, and I wish you 20, 40 more years.
Actually, this
and
isn't
with
your-
her by your
oh.
side.
Story time. This isn't your first time on the show.
That's right. Oh, that's right.
Ask how she was on the show the first
How
time.
were you at the show the first time?
I was on the show the first time because one of Jonathan's guests were either being ticketed, caught in traffic. It was something with their vehicle, correct?
Yeah.
So we're having pizza in our green room, kitchen. And he goes, come on, you're coming on the air with me. And I was like, okay, can I get the pizza out of my teeth? And, you know, we'll go on.
Because I couldn't
And we
monologue for
did.
half an hour.
And luckily, it was on a subject that I knew quite a bit about. It was an animal rescue group.
Yeah.
So before they came, we discussed, you know, some of the people
do you
that
do
I had
that?
interviewed.
Do you do animal rescue and stuff?
Well, I don't myself, but I have had on Animal Haven, which now they're just out of Manhattan, actually. You may have heard of them. They're
Yes.
in Manhattan. You have, yeah.
And Bobby and the
So
Strays.
that,
you
and
did
Bobby
some-
and the Strays.
Yes.
Oh, you heard of them too?
I had a
Yeah.
client that got a pet from them.
Oh, really? Good,
Mhm.
good. Because the more you can adopt, don't go and pay for your animals. Adopt
Yeah.
them out of these
Pup-
shelters.
yeah, puppy mills are bad.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they all need. There's so many that need a home. It breaks your heart, you know. I
And
hated
that's-
going to their facility because you want to take them all home.
I would be a
and
hoarder.
You just feel so
If-
terrible.
Like if I had like a bunch of land, I would be a hoarder. I'd be calling Tippy Hedger and
It's
be
a-
like,
yeah.
I need
Are
some
you-
advice.
You're gonna be the
It-
cat
it-
lady and the dog lady
it's like
in the
my-
house.
My friend Andrea, I tease her because she can't let a stray go by. Yeah, they don't stay with her long. She fosters them, but I gave her a gift as the Crazy Cat Lady starter set.
Oh, I have one of
dolls.
Somebody gave it to me.
So
What's better than the unconditional love of these
exactly.
pets? And
Mm.
don't even talk about the lion.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
but-
And
bad.
there's so many other issues, but I don't get political. You know that. You know why.
But you do contribute a lot, and I really want to thank you for taking part and,
You're
and
welcome. It's
being
been
being part
my
of this whole
pleasure.
experience. Because without this, I wouldn't know you. I wouldn't know
That's
any of
true.
you.
That's
no-
true.
And sometimes it's a lot of fun for me if we have a guest that says something funny to watch your reaction behind the camera.
I swear. You know what happens sometimes? I have to say this so that I'm forgiven of any technical things that I do. I often forget that I'm working and supposed to be, you know, listening to the director, Joey, there, and I start getting so interested that I go, oh my God, I didn't move when I was supposed to, you know, because I'm watching. I'm like the audience, the ultimate audience.
Mhm.
Anyway, I don't want to take all your time.
Oh,
but
please.
I need a kiss for your anniversary. Mwah. And you do. Mwah. And, oh, if you called me up tonight, I was going to have to run out and get some tats.
Next time you see Fran, she's going to have ink.
I'm going to have stars.
Nuh-uh, really?
No.
Oh.
I'm scared of needles, but I love the artwork.
I'll go with you.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you.
Thanks,
the QPTV
Fran.
All-Stars passing through. Gordon, for our 40th anniversary show, we're going to have you on. So that's the QPTV All-Stars.
Mm-hmm. They are all-stars.
And current events. We didn't practice current events this time, so we're a little scattered on the current event stuff. I usually come in with my 2 pages of notes.
Oh, we didn't practice.
We didn't practice. We make the current events before we bring them in.
No, I just read them. I was starting to work on. Oh no, I was trying to read the comics when Ishmael started talking to me, and then I had to like put that in my bag. And then,
Okay.
But thank you for saving me my crossword puzzles for the way home, sir. Thank you. He was so interesting. I should have like dragged him in here.
Make him a QPTV All-Star.
Okay.
Okay. And again, I'm John Griffith.
I'm Cara Kilda.
And we do have a special message from some. Oh, well, okay. We got one more All-Star popping in. Yay! Pull down your pants and dance, mister.
You're the one that started it. All right? I was minding my business, doing my own show, and one day I get this letter that says, pull your pants down on live television. And so I did, and the rest is history. And here I am on Talking About. I have one question. 20 years, right?
Yeah.
20 years Talking About.
And I'm still poor.
What the hell are you talking about? 20 years. This is great. No, 20 years, it's a long time.
20 years, 380 shows.
380 shows. I can't even go 380 degrees. So anyway, you're watching Talking About, right?
Yeah.
20-year anniversary. We should be getting some phone calls here tonight, right?
I hope so.
All right, so people, you're out there, call in, all right? Filthy's in the house here. 20 years of filth. What happened?
You went to the phone.
Who's this lady? Call security. Somebody get her out of here. All right, that's enough out of that camera one. Anyway, this is a great thing we have here. 20 years. It's a beautiful thing. You were just about to introduce somebody before I came in. Who?
I was going to call for a roll-in.
Oh, rolling. Oh, all right. I like mine with a little bagel, a little cream cheese on my rolling.
Very nice.
I'm sorry.
No, but this is Mr. Audio Man Extraordinaire. So yeah, every bit of sound that you hear,
It's my fault.
including his own voice right now.
I'm the most unsound sound man you've had here at QPTV, but it's been a beautiful 20 years. I went in an airplane with this guy over here. Should I tell him about it?
Yeah,
I
you
threw
can.
up. I threw up.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I was like, what, 20,000 feet in the air, and I threw up.
Thereabout.
And these guys were like, you threw up? I said, you didn't smell that? Come on, I was gacking over there. What is this? That was terrible, but it was beautiful.
We took a flying lesson. Yeah, I'm all mic'd up. He had us wired, and he
Oh, no, oh, I thought you meant on a commercial airline.
No, I could do it there too, but no, I did it private.
We did a show in a little Cessna. I was taking a flying lesson, and he was like through the camera, and then you yacked into your shirt.
Yeah, I took my shirt off and threw up because that was the best place I could throw up at the moment.
Oh.
It was an accident, but 20 years, right? That was almost 20 years ago.
Well, that was at least 10. At least 10.
Oh, it was fun going up that high with you. It was fun getting high with you like that. So we are talking. I guess you should do your rolling now. Enough of me.
I guess so.
I want. Thanks for coming. Please get off. Is there a hook around here? Hey!